your life when you stop buying things to impress people. It's a Saturday morning, 9:14 a.m. You are sitting at the kitchen table with a cup of coffee. The house is quiet. Outside, someone on the street is washing a car you recognize, a leased Audi, silver, 2 years old. You don't have a car like that. You've never had a car like that. You open your phone. Not social media, not a news feed, just an app. One number. $387,204. You stare at it for a moment. Then you set the phone face down on the table and finish your coffee. The jacket on the hook by the door, you bought it 6 years ago. It still looks fine. You don't know it yet, but that jacket is the whole story. You are 26. You make $58,000 a year. You share an apartment with a guy named Derek who owns 3 gaming chairs and has opinions about sneakers. Jordan, your college friend, now working in sales, texts you a photo one Tuesday afternoon. New Yeezys, $320, just copped. You need these. You don't need these. You know you don't need these. But you go to the website anyway and you sit there for 11 minutes with your card in your hand, and something happens that you can't explain in real terms. Some calculation that has nothing to do with money. You buy the shoes. You wear them twice. The second time, you're standing in front of the bathroom mirror before a party, and you look at the shoes and then at yourself. And the feeling you expected, some quiet confirmation, some arrival, it doesn't come. The shoes are just shoes. The mirror just reflects. You open a spreadsheet that night, just to see. You type in your take-home pay. You type in your rent, your food, your phone bill. Then you type in the shoes. Then you type in the last 6 purchases you can remember. Clothing, drinks, a watch strap you never used. You don't tell anyone about the spreadsheet. You are 28. You get a raise, $200 more per year. Around the same time Jordan leases the Audi, $800 a month, he says. Worth it. He sends a photo of the interior, cream leather. You don't respond. A coworker named Michelle stops by your desk one afternoon. She says, "You must be saving for something big." She's said this before. She means it as a question disguised as a compliment. You say, "Something like that," and she nods and moves on, and you turn back to your screen. You put the raise into an index fund, the whole thing. You don't tell Michelle. You don't tell Jordan. You don't tell Derek, who has since bought a 4th gaming chair and a car he can't afford. Every morning, you bike past the Audi in the lot. It sits there in the same spot, immaculate, every day, leased. You don't know it yet, but the gap between you and the Audi is already closing. The math has been running quietly the entire time. You just can't see it from this angle. You are 31. Jordan throws a birthday party. Rooftop. Nice part of the city. There are people there with the right shoes and the right watches and the right phones. You show up in the same jacket you've had for 3 years. Someone, a woman you've met once, Jordan's coworker, looks at the jacket and then at you. Not mean, just assessing. You smile. You don't explain. Later that night, on the train home, you open the app, $74,000. You look at the number for a few seconds. Then you put the phone in your pocket and look out the window at the dark tunnel going by, $74,000. 5 years of $300 a month, compounding quietly. 5 years of Jordan's texts and Derek's gaming chairs and coworkers who assumed your silence was modesty or struggle. Nobody in that room knew. Nobody noticed. And the thing you realize, slowly, on the train back to your apartment, is that you don't want them to know. Not because you're ashamed. Because they're the wrong audience. You've been performing for people who don't have seats in the theater you actually care about. You don't know it yet, but this is the moment. Not the number, the realization underneath it. The spreadsheet is still open on your laptop. It's much bigger now. You are 34. Jordan calls on a Sunday. Not a text, a call. He's started 2 side hustles in the past 18 months. The first one failed. The second one is failing. He says, "How do you do it, man? You just seem, I don't know, fine." How are you always fine? You don't answer right away. The silence isn't uncomfortable for you. It is for him. He says, "Like, what's your secret?" You say, "I just spend less than I make." He laughs. He thinks you're being modest. He thinks there must be more to it. A better job, a side income, some inheritance you've never mentioned. It can't be that simple. It can't just be the spreadsheet and the index fund and the same jacket you've had for 6 years. It can. He says, "Okay, but seriously." You say, "I'm serious." He waits. You don't fill the silence. He says, "Man." Then, after a pause, "I feel like I'm always behind." You don't say, "You are." You don't say. But not the way you think. You say, "You're doing fine, Jordan," and it's not a lie exactly. Just a kindness he can use, and you end the call and sit there in the quiet for a moment. He doesn't believe you. That's fine. You are 37. You get offered a promotion, director level, corner office, your name on a placard, a meaningful title bump, which is the company's way of saying, "We will give you a label in exchange for more of your time and visibility." You think about it for a week. You turn it down. HR is confused. Your manager schedules a follow-up call. She says, "This is a real opportunity." You say you know. She says, "Most people in your position would." You say you understand. You ask instead for a 4-day work week. No pay cut, just one less day. They agree. You don't know it yet, but that is the most expensive decision anyone in your office has ever made, measured in lifetime hours returned. Nobody understands. You don't explain. That's the whole game. The account at this point holds $241,000. You checked it that morning on your phone. You closed the app before you got to your desk. You haven't mentioned it to anyone. Not Michelle, not Jordan, not your sister, who still asks occasionally if you're doing okay, if you need anything, with a particular softness in her voice. That means she thinks you're barely managing. You're not barely managing. You haven't been barely managing for a long time. You are 41, Saturday morning, 9:14 a.m., coffee on the table, the jacket on the hook by the door. You open the app, $387,204. You set the phone face down. Jordan texted last night. "Bro, you ever think about what you'd do if you had real money?" You read the message once. There's no cruelty in it. He's not mocking you. He genuinely doesn't know. That's what makes it a little heavy, not the message, but the distance it reveals. He's still on the original scoreboard, still running the original race, still looking for the applause that comes from the right pair of shoes and the right car and the right title on a business card. You're not angry at him. You were him, once, standing in front of a bathroom mirror at 26, waiting for shoes to tell you something about yourself. They never do. The shoes never do. Outside, the silver Audi is gone. Different neighbor now, but there's a new one. Black this time, freshly leased. Already 3 years deep in payments, someone is quietly resenting. You finish your coffee. You don't respond to Jordan's text. Not because you don't care about him, but because some answers take 11 years to arrive at, and you can't send that in a message. The number is $387,204. Nobody knows. Not Jordan. Not Michelle. Not your sister. Not the woman at the rooftop party who looked at your jacket. You close the app. You go to the window. You look at the street. It's quiet out there. Most people are still asleep. Somewhere right now, someone is standing in a store, holding something they don't need, imagining someone else's reaction to it. Not a specific person, just a general idea of people. An audience they've never named. A crowd that, if you ask them tomorrow, would not remember what you bought or what you wore or what you drove. They think this is about money. It isn't. It's about the audience. The invisible audience that most people spend their entire financial lives performing for. The one that isn't watching. The one that never was. The one that wouldn't notice your account balance any more than it noticed your jacket. The account doesn't care who's watching. It doesn't speed up when you announce it. It doesn't slow down when no one applauds. It just grows in the silence. If this video felt like something you already knew but hadn't named yet, subscribe. The next one goes further.